Hello and welcome to Podpadstudios, and look what's happened. Master Maker has given me the key to the door on the T1. It's really exciting. So I can do this. Stop! And I like to pretend I'm doing it with my hand. Go! Stop! Backwards. Stop! Go! Oop. It is so cool. Anyway, what have we been doing this week? Well, we're doing loads and loads of work on the T1, so we're going to show you a bit of that, and also a bit of fundraising for Olive Tree Café at their Funday, which was in Swindon. Have a look at this.
So as you can see, we've just fitted top section onto what we are now calling, obviously this is a T1 battle tank, as you know. Say hello, ladies and gentlemen, to T1 FNY, or Tiffany. So, Tiffany, our new member of Podpadstudios robot crew. Now, she's had loads of work done. As I mentioned before, you can see the paintwork. It's not all waxed up and polished up yet, so it will look a bit shinier. But the paint is all on, the lacquers are all on, top coats and everything. Pinstripes going on, got her name on there. Things are now being bolted down, which is really, really good. So the head system is now all in, and it's got counter systems on it. As you can see, it's all sprung. Cameras are in, lighting is in, the gas struts and everything are all in doing their thing. And they've all, as you remember, these are bicycle pumps, but I can actually control the amount of air inside them, so I can get a cushioning effect, which is so cool. I love that. And it helps the servos as well, so it means the servos aren't under any strain. It's a very similar system to what I've done here with the actuators and the gas struts to support the actuators. She hasn't got her shoulders on at the moment. She hasn't got her guns on, so she looks a bit naked. These bits I've done, these are 3D printed, so these got to be, everything obviously has got to be weathered and sorted out. But the hinge system is all on, it's all working. As you've seen, the tracks are all working and doing their thing. The front bit, I'm still not sure about. Got to work on that a little bit of cosmetic there. As you saw before, the electronics are all in different positions. But basically, we are getting there. It's coming together now, and it's all these little tiny details that just take so long. But we will get there. Tiffany is in pieces at the moment. Now, she's in pieces for a reason. She does actually break down into these components. So we've got the lower track section, the kind of the main torso, the shoulders and the guns. And the idea is, obviously, all of these things can be broken down so we can transport her in parts, or obviously we can transport her whole. Now, the reason she's all broken down at the moment is there's a few little bits and pieces that I need to do. Obviously, I've been working on the head, and I'll talk about all those details, what I've done with that in a bit. But on the body here, obviously you can see the paintwork the bodywork's been done, paintwork's been done. It hasn't all been polished up yet, but got some pinstriping coming in now, so we've got detailing coming in. It's looking really, really good. I'm going to redesign the front a little bit, because obviously, if you remember, I had the electronics in a unit here, and obviously got the kill switch mounted here now, which actually looks a lot better, and it ties in a little bit more with it makes it a little bit more film accurate. But I need to do something with the front piece here. One of the problems that I'm trying to work on at the moment is this, and this is where I could do with a little bit of help and maybe a few comments, a few tips, and maybe people that have done stuff like this before. Obviously, you know, these are made of the laminates of wood, and it's all glued together, and you saw that in previous videos. And then we've got these sections here on the tracks, which are basically rubber sections which are glued and bolted on. Now, rubber is fantastic in that it obviously does provide a fair bit of sound deadening suspension. It makes it rides better on with the rubber on. Obviously, when I ran it before and I was running it on the straightforward on the bolts, I was scratching all the surface. Now, that wouldn't be any good if we took it into a sports hall or something like that, because obviously we'd tear up all the wood. This won't tear up the wood. However, what it does, and I made these sections smaller on purpose so I could reduce the contact patch, there's still a lot of grip. So when it comes to turning, in straight line speed is fantastic, but when it actually comes to turning, she does struggle a bit on one motor, because obviously the way the tank system works, obviously, is that when we're driving straight along, both motors are working, but obviously when we are turning a corner, in effect, one motor stops and the other motor continues. Now, I've got to overcome this somehow. I've got to find a way to break I don't know what the word is, Stick-sion? These are sticking to the ground too well. I need more slide on the ground. There's enough weight to stop her, you know, moving sideways, but I need to release the grip from these. Now, I was thinking about maybe I could put plastic inserts in, because the plastic would slide more on a smoother surface, but then on a concrete surface it would just wear flat instantly. I also thought about whether I could have a different clip-on system to go on there for different floors, but then it dawned on me, what about silica? And I've been playing around with different materials that I could spray onto the rubber to make the rubber slippery. If I can make the rubber slippery, then I reduce its grip with the ground, which means when I come to turn, I will get a better turning rate. I'm going to demonstrate this in a moment. You'll see what I mean. Maybe I need to tweak the radio a little bit, I don't know, to get it so that when one track goes forward, the other goes backwards, but that's very difficult unless I'm using differential control, and I'm not really doing that. So, anyway, look, have a little watch of this and see what you think, and then maybe some comments, see how I can solve my problem. Now, can you see my problem? So forwards and backwards, loads of speed. As soon as I turn, see that kind of slowdown because the grip. Now, at the moment, this is just the track base. I've got another 50 kilos to add to the top of here, and this is my problem. When I come to turn, I'm only turning on one track.
So that's it for Podpad Studios. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that ding bell, and we'll see you next week. And I've progressed onto turning. Look at this. Woohoo! Whoa. Whoa. Here we go.
I think that's enough of that. Bye.